the artists that you support. You're like a patron of the arts. You're like Peggy Guggenheim. You do look at, you do have a bit of a look at Peggy Guggenheim about you.
Es una mecenas, Natalie. Bueno.
Yeah, Peggy Guggenheim. I bought a book about her when I went to the Peggy Guggenheim Palacio in Venice, and the book is absolutely fascinating.
Yeah. How did she start then?
Well, she was from a wealthy family, but she just basically she was shagging all of these artists, so she just started, buying their work.
Oh, I didn't realise she was shagging.
Oh yeah.
So, oh God, ¿cómo vamos a introducir esto en? Es que es difícil.
¿Cómo han colaborado?
So, what do you? Well, podemos cortar, pero no. Describe the project as you see it.
Eso es.
Well, the project as I see it is that something that started off as a very personal project and a very intimate project for you. Now, a lot of other artists and people have gotten involved because ever since the beginning, you've encouraged artists to get involved, and also you've made it easier for people to get involved as you've always paid for their work. So even though it's people have, that's also meant that as we are in the middle of like a huge global recession, that's been good because younger people or more established artists have received some money for their drawings, and so that way then their work is getting out there and they're also becoming part of the project.
And I wish I had my notebook here that I could show you, one of my very first notebook where the ideas started off, because I remember when I first had, after trying with Benjamin and...
well, we can do this again another day. If you want, we'll just practice this today and then do it another day.
Or maybe we can fill it in with Benjamin and his flat afterwards.
Yeah.
But I remember being in Chile with my dad and saying that, telling my dad about this project, because my dad was an artist agent. So as I explained...
Oh yeah, that's funny. You have to tie that in as well, that you've always had an affinity with artists.
So it started off contacting my dad and my uncle, because they were partners in this company called Archer Art. And so they both represented illustrators and artists. And I asked both of them to think of who could be good for this. And my uncle got quite a few of his artists to draw some drawings. And then I would work on phrases a little bit, trying to mimic the love is that I used to love as a kid. Do you remember those love is characters?
True.
And they always had a little sentence. So love is...
Because I came from the film, Love is Never Having to Say You're Sorry, from the Love Story film.
And do you remember them? They were really nice little drawings. So that was my idea, with Bino and Dennis the Menace and Gnasher and all these people, but make it some sexy kind of character, but with a dog. So you had the sexy feminine side and you had the masculine dog that was always with her. So this sort of complicity. And my dad thought of artists that he had represented, and we wrote to several of them. But in the beginning, it was just finding one artist to represent her. But then I thought that I would quite like to break barriers, where everybody says to me all the time, you have to have one logo and one logo only to sell your brand. And I liked the idea of breaking these barriers and being able to have one idea and having a vision, an artistic vision by a lot of different artists. So and finding moments from the videos and the photographs that Sam had and freeze framing them and thinking, right, well, why don't we make a silly sentence with Sam's in a boat, row, row, row the boat, and silly English expressions, and then twisting them around. And I don't know if you saw all the first drawings that I did, where I trying to make Samism words.
I remember those.
And all that. Those were all ideas to give to artists to make other drawings.
But you should be interviewed yourself for this because that's what I
Es que
mean.
la
Like, you'll have to.
No,
put
but
that
I
in.
wanted other people to explain it.
I know, but it's also good that you also know,
Sí.
Bea, that
Todo
you
lo que...
talk about all of that yourself.